close that I could touch it.
Yep. Didn't see the finish line, so it doesn't hurt as much. But right now we're getting into it. BalloonBoy sticking with the Diana. That seems to be the pick of the day. A little bit of shades. We talked about they played against each other at CEO. Of course, that's that rematch. In that match at CEO, BalloonBoy played Vivi. This time it's Diana.
Now, kind of over here on the Zariel, I asked him at breakfast yesterday why he picked this Zariel, because it really felt like out of left field. Like, why would you go on to Zariel?
Yeah, no
point?
crossover to his other characters.
Yeah. Dude, his bow is looking so good here. And he was just like, I don't know, Zariel's kind of cool. I like Zariel. And I was like, okay, man. Which is interesting when you hear, especially from Kyna, who was like, oh, I'm going to play Taros. I'm going to show everyone how good Taros is and how he's one of the like top legends in the game. I'm going to play him at such a precise level that no one else can really touch me. And then his next choice is like, I don't know, Zariel's kind of cool, man. I like Devil Jin.
I just like the vibes. And you know what? I think, again, that's that slider.
Nice three-piece for the KO here on Demon Island.
Juggles. Surprised he's okay. I was like, I'm surprised he's holding on to the gauntlets for so long, just because it seemed like the bow's been that big workhorse for him.
It really is just like the perfect flow weapon in Brawlhalla. Like when your bow gameplay is on and you hit that flow state, it is one of the best feeling weapons in the entire game.
You see, and he's starting to find connections again. Oop, nice gravity cancel, gets through. Not enough just yet. Gonna juggle just to delay, but kind of gets up there.
Yeah, he found priority with that neutral air. Give him a little bit more room to get back on the stage. Dude, he's keeping this going. That side signature while BalloonBoy was really high in the air. He had plenty of time to react after that, so he didn't get punished or anything. BalloonBoy without a weapon after he tossed that, and it didn't hit Kyna, so he couldn't grab.
Yeah, I think it's really bothering BalloonBoy right now that side air did not KO, because you saw him, he was ready to prime the next weapon, but this one will downlight side air. Took a lot of damage, but this is not a unfamiliar spot for him.
Now, that turnaround side signature that we saw Kyna do just twice, I don't know if both of those were meant to be exactly as they were, or if like maybe the first one was supposed to like go back into the wall where BalloonBoy might be recovering, and then the second one, he expected BalloonBoy to come over the corner, which is why it would be on stage. So I don't know if the first one was just like a slight misinput. Oh, dude, he's going to keep it going.
Oh, no.
He seems more dialed in with how to use the signatures and how to find KOs here than he did in the Summer Championship.
Yeah, definitely seems like he's putting in a little bit more time onto the Zariel. It's been looking solid. Nice. Will slow down BalloonBoy. He did get that wall touch second time, and that's going to be Kyna taking game number 1.
Because that was my biggest question, is when we saw him at Summer Championship, it didn't seem like his Zariel was like that great. No disrespect, of course. What did he end up getting at, I think it was third? Or sorry, second at Summer Championship. He lost to Lopez and Typh. But it didn't feel like his Zariel was as confident in terms of KO potential, which is like, that's kind of what you expect a little bit from bow and gauntlets, especially if you don't have a strong signature kit. But that's where the Zariel can come into play, which is when I saw him at Summer Championship, and I was like, okay, show me the signatures, man. I want to find these KOs more, and he just wasn't quite finding them. And now he seems like he's dialed in a little bit. But BalloonBoy, with the swap over onto the Tesca,
yeah, an interesting swap. Obviously, BalloonBoy definitely familiar with the Zariel kit. We talk about how BalloonBoy was one of the big people to put Zariel onto the radar of a lot of people. So obviously, I feel like BalloonBoy would know what works really well against Zariel. And maybe he's thinking, close-range weapons, get in with those boots and gauntlets.
And this is why talking to players is always fun. Because it's not like he deliberately lied to me. He didn't do that on purpose.
Are you sure?
See if he can get back. I really don't think he did. He would never do that to a fellow Blasters player. Although he is a dirty Tesca player now, so who knows? Ooh,
missed the downlight.
All right, there it is. Nice follow-up there. He didn't go immediately for the recovery, like right away. He waited for the second sidelight that he could pick up and then get the recovery after that. The immediate side stick comes through with the iframes from BalloonBoy spawning in. There's the down air.
I mean, the tough spot is BalloonBoy's just still not finding any damage. It's looking like a repeat of game number 1 where Kyna's just, he's finding hit after hit. Okay. Sidelight.
Yeah, I'm still just searching for where this Tesca pick came from. Like, what was BalloonBoy thinking when he did this to lead him this direction?
I don't know.
Yep, there's the nice 3-piece after he got the dodge.
I feel like he just hasn't been able to get the Tesca running, right? Like, he hasn't been able to show why he did want to swap over to this Tesca. Manages to dodge through that side signature. Downlight, side air. That will KO. All right, evened up the stock count, but All right, he's got the boots. He's got it. He's going to have to get something big here with the boots.
He does have a level 20 Tesca.
Okay, he's putting in some time on it.
A little bit of time. Of course, he has the gauntlets that we know from Zariel.
No dodge, so BalloonBoy's going to back away. Ooh, just dash in, down signature. Kyna once again with that stock lead. Back to the boots. All right, jumps over the downlight. Got him with that down air. Got him with another one, but Kyna with the weapon toss secures his landing. Oh man, he burned his dodge on the way in.
Man, it's just like he waits so long to find the perfect initiation, and then like he doesn't for a while, but then he'll grab one there. There's the down air. Is he able to find anything after that? He's floating.
Okay.
Most of his initiations
Nice.
have been aerial, whether it's like the down air or we just saw the falling side air there, grounded. Nice down air. See if BalloonBoy can do what he did against Markimu and bring it back.
Ooh, and he's going to stick with Gauntless this time. I thought it was all about the boots. That's what has been working, where he starts to find momentum, but maybe he's just a little bit more comfortable with the Gauntlets right now.
Gonna have to play against the range game from this bow coming out from Kyna, the in-light. Dude, side-lighting on gauntlets and whiffing, you're in perfect in-light territory from the bow. Like, you're just served up on a silver platter, steaming.
Okay, gets in with that side air. Doesn't have to worry about any Diana down signatures, so he can play a little more aggressive in those corners.
Signatures from Kyna have calmed down a little bit.
Yeah,
We're
no
not
side
seeing him
sigs.
spam the side signature all the time and then use the D-sig several times over on the edge for the corner. Okay, there's the side air. Again, BalloonBoy's got to be careful with these signatures. He's been punished for so many of them.
Just that one whiff went in for the neutral light, and Kyna's able to clean that one up. Downlight into the neutral air.
Surely we see a swap coming out from BalloonBoy.
Surely?
Surely.
I don't know what he would swap to, though, because the Diana just, like, did not really work.
Yeah, maybe Vivi.
Maybe?
Or maybe he just runs the mirror. Yeah,
Ooh,
here's
okay,
the
yeah.
mirror. He has a level 90 Zariel. It's a lot of time spent on this legend. Let's see what he's got for us here against Kyna.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That's what BalloonBoy's going to try to do as we get into game number 3. Bow v Bow dodges in, gets past that down light, but so far Kyna's found a couple more hits. What's the edge guard?
D-sig, there it is.
Ooh, tried to drift it. Oh, hits the ground pound, and that's a stock.
Holy cow. Yeah, Kyna did a great job of getting high enough to get away from that sort of like cone shotgun blast that spreads out from the tip of the bow. Ooh, this gauntlet pressure's huge. Stays low enough to avoid the ground pound that kind of pulls out of.
Yeah, really good fast fall down and then weapon toss up. Ooh, that side air actually connected onto BalloonBoy.
One of the few times we've seen a Zariel Insig come out, and this time is, of course, from BalloonBoy.
Ooh, missed the down air. Sidelight. Goes for the side sig charge, and it will connect. Kind of off
just a
stage.
little bit low. There's a juicy sidelight, potentially ending that edge guard, but he gets through. Kyna had stage control, but BalloonBoy's able to get back, grab the gauntlets. There's the sidelight and the backup from Kyna.
Great delay there on BalloonBoy's part. Hits him with that recovery. Good chance he's going to get this game and get himself on the board.
Yeah, man, what a lead for BalloonBoy here on the Demon Island. There's a neutral air. What has he got after this? Sidelight, neutral air. Weapon toss goes straight down. Kyna's a little bit too far.
That was a dodge, but BalloonBoy not able to connect. Sidelight. Ooh, okay. Still manages to hit him with the tail end of that recovery. Will be enough to KO.
Still more than a full stock lead for BalloonBoy here. He's down 0-2. So a strong victory here against Kyna will give him some momentum back in his favor. There's the D-sig. Kyna, again, a little bit too low. BalloonBoy can just safely throw that out given how high he was.
All right. Picks up the gauntlets. Kyna has been finding connections here.
Nice two-piece from BalloonBoy, the D-light into the down air. Even after the whiff side air he did right before that, he didn't get punished. There's the in-light from BalloonBoy again. Another in-light from him, putting kind of deeper into the red.
Ooh. And there's that sidelight, like you said, serving him up. Gets eats that neutral light. Ooh. little bit of a risky play on Kyna's side, and it will not pay off. That's double recovery. BalloonBoy gets himself on the board.
I thought we were at least going to see BalloonBoy lose that second stock, spawn in on his final, and then grab the bow, and then here comes like a side sig or something like that, D-Light recovery, whatever.
I do really like how BalloonBoy is playing his gauntlets into Kyna's bow.
Yep.
Because Kyna is doing a lot of like downlight approaches. You're seeing BalloonBoy doing like an empty jump over it, and then he'll come in with like a downlight or something like that to kind of open up. You're seeing him pull back on the gauntlet sidelights as well, which again, you talked about how it was eating at him.
He's also not falling prey to like kind of doing a bow sidelight and then like backing up or pushing forward and then looking for the second sidelight after the dodge was burned, so you get the full 3-piece. So he's like definitely limited the damage output that Kyna has on all of his weapons. Of course, we've still seen gauntlet strings, but they've been nothing like massive. Obviously, last game, BalloonBoy had such a lead, so there wasn't any huge big damage dumps or really early gimps that Kyna was able to get either. So yeah, the pacing that BalloonBoy has figured out here in this Zariel mirror is awesome. I'm really looking forward to how Kyna's going to respond after that.
Okay, hits him with the downlight. Didn't hit him where he wanted it. He was a little too stacked up there, so opted for nothing after it. Getting good damage here onto Kyna's first stock.
Man, he got around. I thought we were going to see potential further juggle either with a Nair or a turnaround neutral light or anything like that. But no, BalloonBoy was able to just land right behind Kyna, hit him with an in-light.
Ooh, didn't hit that side light though. You know, he's looking for the setup for the KO. Hits a side light, but Kyna able to dodge away.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that insig was a bait or if it was the attempt to catch. Or kind of thought he could recover in time and then grab the hit after BalloonBoy like creeps over the corner to try and punish him. But BalloonBoy finds first stock here. Just a little under a minute 15 into this game. So like not a long stock, but not a short stock by any means.
Okay. Outspace, hits him with a downlight down air.
Ooh, okay. Yep. The recovery taken off the top here on Demon Island. Stocks are equal up.
That is one thing I think BalloonBoy needs to be a little bit more ready for, is kind of willing to do that extra recovery and just try to hit him with the tail end of that hit.
Yeah, definitely. Like if you're playing against a Gauntlet player, you should expect many recoveries coming out, especially when you're in KO damage, whether it's like Markimu playing Gauntlets or whether it's Kyna playing Gauntlets.
Okay, not able to hit him with the neutral air. Kyna doing a really good job. He managed to clean this one up, and in fact, I think he has the damage lead now. NC connects. This is a bad spot for BalloonBoy.
DC coming out. No, he's just going to wait. Yep. BalloonBoy's going to creep over the corner. Here comes the sidelight from Kyna. There's the neutral sig from Kyna. He backs up to center stage. Dash forward in light. Another in light.
Kind of playing a lot safer now as we get into this game number 4. You're seeing him not throw out too many signatures. Instead, really just playing that patience game, letting BalloonBoy come in and then punish him.
Yeah, he's definitely playing more like he plays Taros almost here. Although because he's playing Zariel, you can throw out those signatures as like a bait or just more like candy than you can when you're Taros.
Yeah, now that he's got the lead, you're seeing him start to throw out that candy.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah.
Is that the first Gauntlet D-Sig we've seen from either of these players?
No, kind of did one earlier.
Okay.
As a punish, but really good job there on BalloonBoy for using it as a wake-up.
Yeah, getting the stacked KO option. You're not going to find that with any other move. Although the bow D-Sig, but only if you hit it on the corner. Or you have 10 billion damage. Sidelight neutral air missing. There's a neutral air that does hit, but kind of immediately back on the stage with the side air.
Oh, kind of not pressing the dodge button. I think recognize he's not too damaged right now.
I don't know if the people at home can hear, and I don't know exactly who it is, but dude, someone,
someone be click-clacking back there. There. Oh, man, they're both getting to that KO percent. BalloonBoy a little bit more damage. Another neutral air. Not going to put him off screen, but you can see that damage is adding up. Neutral light. Still not enough.
Oh,
neutral
yeah,
light.
You just see him back up. BalloonBoy has to not just like lead an attack. He can't just press W and the light attack button.
Dude, he's doing what he did with Taros Axe downlight. He's just control the ground, and eventually it works out. Downlight into the recovery, kind of going to take it 3-1.
Yeah, and that's basically, it's very similar to the Taros playstyle. I wonder if he's going to eventually get bored of this, or if he'll be able to, because he's playing Zariel and he has those moments where like, oh, okay, I played really slow, I played really precise, waited for all of those punishes. Now I'm up a stock and a half or up 2 stocks. So I take time, baby.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have some fun.
It's,
I did my work. Here's my reward.
Yeah,